What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 131 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building the Simpsons house. Now I have made the Simpsons house before, but this one was a big version and it didn't have an interior. But this one actually has an interior and I'm going to make it in this video. And the video I'm watching is 2 hours long. So this video might be long or might not be long, so make sure you guys sit back, get some popcorn and get a snack, and yeah, let's build the Simpsons house.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video I'll be showing you how to make the Simpsons house, the entire thing inside and out. This started as a city build tutorial, as kind of a general suburban house, but I figured what better house, what better suburban house than the Simpsons house. This would make an awesome Easter egg in your cities, and I just think they'd be absolutely insane. It's so much fun, just the idea of putting this into a world filled with other suburban houses, and having people like come across this and being like, hang on a second. So I have tried to recreate this as best as I possibly could. I did a fair amount of research in floor plans and in room designs, and as I said, I've tried to do the best job possible. So this is kind of like the entrance hallway. We've got the stairs, of course, we've got paintings, we've got a clock on the wall. That's supposed to be a grandfather clock, but there wasn't room for it. We have a lounge room. I'm not quite sure what to call this. It's like a front room. It's not a living room per se, but it's got a piano, we've got a fireplace, we've got a sofa, we've got a desk, we've got another little chair. We have the actual living room with the, of course, the classic sofa. We have the TV with the rabbit ears. We have the sound system. We've got the picture above the sofa. We have the kitchen as well. My favorite room of the entire house. It just feels so lovely. It feels so alive. I really like it in here. It's definitely my absolute favorite room. It just feels full of life. It feels so nostalgic. We have the inside of the garage as well. The car is of course outside. I think that you guys might have spotted that before we came in here, but we have all of the stuff that you might expect to find in the garage. This room I had no idea existed. I'm not 100% certain what this room is, but it's got a lot of storage in here, and it's got a TV and like a beanbag and a unit. I didn't know it existed whatsoever. We have a cellar slash a basement, and it's also like a little utility room as well. It's like a little storage room. It's supposed to be a little bit bigger, but I'm in a classic super flat world, so I actually couldn't dig any deeper. So we've had to just kind of like make do, because if we take a look below, yeah, that is nothing right below. So this is as deep as we can go. If we come back upstairs, we can head through into the dining room over here, which is of course where they eat all of their meals, or some of them, you know, make a good effort. We have the dining room, leading us up to upstairs now, and up to the top of the stairs. If we take a left, we have the master bedroom, which is of course Homer and Marge's bedroom, nice and laid out. Not sure about the lamps, but you know, I think they certainly make a statement. They have an ensuite bathroom here with a little shower in it, size of my actual real-life bathroom, and it's just like a little extra bathroom for them. If we walk down the hallway, we have an attic. You can actually get into the attic, which is just absolutely crammed full of stuff. So we can actually get in here, and you can even pop a couple of Easter eggs in here if you wanted to. As we move down the hall, we have Maggie's room. So of course we have like a crib, and we have like a little baby cage, as I call it. Like we have some shelves, a chair. Across the hallway we have Lisa's room, which has like a bed and loads of bookshelves and a desk and a little closet and all sorts of stuff in here, some posters on the wall. As we move down the hallway, we also have Bart's room, Alberto's room. We have his bed, again, kind of like another open closet, a desk, a bookshelf for some reason. I can't imagine Bart reads. We have some posters. And finally, last but not least, kind of like an anticlimactic room, but we have the bathroom as well. So here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be insanely real with you. I would really love it if this video could do well. I want it to get a load of views. So instead of like saying, oh, please like the video, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could hit that like button. Honestly, it would help out so much. Please leave a comment down below. It helps the algorithm. Literally feel free to just put for the algorithm. Anything will absolutely do. I want this video to get loads of views. I spent a long time with this, and if you think I deserve it, yeah, please.
Hello, Eliandro.
Really appreciate it.
Eliandro Soltello, welcome to live stream. Hopefully I said your name right. If not, then I'm sorry.
This video goes out and whether people get to see it and watch it and recommend it. So I'm sorry for being so blunt. I just really want this video to do well. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make the build a 34.
That was a long preview.
As represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which I would always recommend making if you are planning out your world. It can only help. The item list for this video is absolutely insane, so I'm not going to put it on the screen. I am going to leave it down below in the description, so you'll be able to find it there if you do need it, if you're not in creative mode. Without any further ado, let's get started. So, step 1, if you have made the grid, come all the way over to the front left-hand corner of it, and count to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then inwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I'm just gonna grab the materials.
Thirteen, 14, 15. Perfect. So we're going to start off by placing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. So we're going to start off by placing 8 magenta extending up from this block. So
8 magenta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend to the right by 16.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We then want to, number 1, we want to join this down to the ground, but we actually need to do a couple of things with this 16 block. So we have to extend it backwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have to extend to the right by 9,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want to join that 9th block down to the ground as well. But with this 14th block, or actually 16th block, we want to come all the way down to the ground where we place this row. We want to stick a magenta terracotta to the right of this. Extend forwards by 3, so 1, 2, 3. And up by 3 as well, 1, 2, 3. Right by 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Or 5, 6, 7, 8. You should find that this joins then to the row that we placed earlier, and we can then join this down to the ground. So, continuing on our journey of making the base structure of the house, we want to extend this block back here, so this is the 9th block that we placed a little bit earlier. We want to extend this backwards by 14. 1, 2,
14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. To which we then want to extend this block down to the ground. And then, now that we have this 14th block, we want to extend this 14th block across the back of the build by 19.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. To which we then want to join this 19th block down to the ground. You see a theme here. And then we want to extend this row inwards by 2. 1, 2. And then we want to extend to the right by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What? I'm sitting on Alfie's chair because I had to borrow Alfie's chair because mine won. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then we want to join this 6th block, is that right here? This 6th block down to the ground. So extend right by 6, extend down, and then we can join all the way back to the front. So a little bit tricky, just a little bit tricky, but this is what we should have ended up with, which is a pretty cool frame. Honestly, the Simpsons house, very well thought out design. I really like it. So now that we have done this, we are going to start marking out key points on the house, basically windows and doors and stuff. So let's come all the way back to where we first started, because it just seems right. And we are going to take the very first block that we ever placed and extend it right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The significance of this is that the last 3 blocks want to have upside down spruce stairs in front of them. That's not quite right. So, they're not just upside down spruce stairs though. The thing is they want to flare inwards on the left and right. So, it's easier to actually like place that middle. And then create this shape. You can see the difference between just the solid row and the end ones that are like snapped into the actual house. And then we would want to place 2 rows of light blue glass on top. I'm specifically using block. Place spruce wood stairs on top of this, and then place sideways stairs left and right. Once again, we're looking for this effect. And above this, we actually want to have a set of windows, and it basically works like this. If you place magenta terracotta behind these stairs that we have here, add another row on top, and extend that row left and right by 1, so like this. So I've got a row of 5 in total. On the left and right sides, we want to place spruce wood planks extending up towards the top of the frame, with light blue stained glass pane in between. And there you go, that's as difficult as it gets for the front of the house. Everything else is rather easy. So that is what we want to have on the left side, and the same as well. So if you want to start off with, once again we're on the right, start off by placing 1, 2, 3, 4, and take not the last one, but the one before the last, and place an upside down stairs. Place upside down sideways stairs left and right. Place your 2 rows of light blue glass with a spruce wood stair on top of the middle. Flare it left and right inward so it gets that cool effect. Place magenta terracotta behind this. A row on top. Extend left and right so we've got a row of wood so it gets that cool effect. Place magenta terracotta behind this. A row on top. Extend left and right so we've got a row of 5 in total. Then spruce wood planks on the left and right extending upwards, light blue glass pane in between, and there we go. That is looking pretty good. So, it's not looking great. It looks a little bit weird without the door and stuff, but you guys get the idea. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to place the door. So luckily for us, the door is right in the center of the window. So if you actually place a row of 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 terracotta extending inwards from both sides like this, The door will be placed, and I don't actually remember what floor I'm almost positive 3 terracotta extending inwards from both sides like this. The door will be placed, and I don't actually remember what floor I'm almost positive actually it's cyan concrete, but it doesn't matter. For the sake of this, just destroy that block underneath, or don't even bother, and place a door. So this is where the front door is going to go. And we want to place some magenta terracotta around the door. As a matter of fact, that's a little bit wrong. You want to place magenta terracotta on the left and right, and then a spruce wood plank above the door, and then planks left and right of the door in front of it to create a frame. Spruce wood stairs on top of this. We want a knocker above the door, so that's a tripwire hook. And then we're going to simply place a spruce wood slab above this, so you can see that is the effect that we're going with the door. So it's just kind of like a little bit free. It looks pretty good in my opinion. So we can then completely fill in the rest of this part of the front of the build. I would recommend doing it from the inside. So if you have a look at the inside, we obviously don't want to cover the windows, the bay windows. Windows are bay. So the bay windows here, we don't want to cover those up whatsoever, because that would look a little bit strange from the outside, and it would completely defeat the purpose, I would think, of having windows entirely. But this is what it looks like. It doesn't look too bad whatsoever. It's already looking pretty decent. Spruce wood stairs are going to go across the top of this, so this is kind of like the beginning of the roof line. And let's now work on the side here. So the inside of the house is tricky, so we're not going to try and place interior walls at all, because we'll cover that in the next video. So we're going to just simply, you see this row here of magenta terracotta, we're going to extend this backwards, and once again we're going to try as little as possible to crowd the inside of the house, because we don't want to do that. So what I was going to do initially was, the reason that I mentioned this, I was going to connect these 2 rows of magenta together, but I think that it would actually hurt us in the long run. So the top of this little area, though, is a little window. This actually leads into the bathroom. So we're going to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 glass here, just underneath the top of this part of the frame. We can, I'm pretty sure, add some terracotta like this. We can probably quite safely add 2 rows of terracotta, and then that should cover us for the actual garage. So garage. So we're going to fill the right side of the garage in using magenta terracotta. And we're also going to fill just this part in of the left side, once again trying not to make any walls, although I think that one would be okay, but regardless. We're going to place, for the garage door, we're going to use, what is it? Pink terracotta. The terracottas always confuse me, because they usually look nothing like the actual, what they're supposed to be. Like magenta, sort of, I'd call this pink, like this is pink. This I would call it's sort of red. You could argue that it's pink, but with most of the terracottas, their counterparts don't look anything like them. So I always have to if you see me before I say some pink terracotta, I always have to remind myself where it is with the little tooltip. So tripwire hook right in the middle of the garage, and we have to have a window. Now the window, I'm pretty sure, just goes right up the middle here. I don't think it's built up too much more. And we can place 2 magenta terracotta on the left and right, and a single magenta terracotta on the top. The garage roof garage we can actually do now. It's made out of spruce wood slabs. So the slabs extend from the left and right side. They will overhang by a row, and then they will slowly but surely infest the entire top of the garage. So if you extend them up and in, the natural stopping point, I'm sure that you guys have figured it out already, it is just above this window. Yeah. So there you go. Perfect. We nailed it with all of the terracotta. Extend back these solid blocks, solid blocks meaning these spruce planks, where you can. Here, perfect, and here, there should be 2 of them on each side, so here, and the one in the middle, right? No, it's not, it's a slab. So anyway, all of the rows of spruce planks, and then place these slabs in between. Always find it easier that way. You guys do what you like. So this will cover a little bit of the window, but it's perfectly fine. I don't really want people... By the way, the shower is literally like here, like right behind this window, on the front of the house. There's not even like frosted glass or anything, so I don't think they'll mind the window being covered up a little bit, you know. On the right side of the build, we are going to just... all it is terracotta, essentially, from what I can tell. So all of this is just terracotta. There's also a little gentle. I don't know if a lot of J words. So I don't know if I don't know if that's the correct term, but it's basically a pathway that allows you to get into the back garden. So what we can also do whilst we are on this side of the house is, by the way, another roof line is going to be in front of this part of the house here, right? And another roof line will be on the back of the house, like this. Why is that relevant? You're probably wondering, like, why is he even telling me this? I don't care. Well, on the right side of the build, there's two parts of the roof. On the right side of the build, and you can imagine that the roof is going to extend up onto these terracottas, right? And then up and up and up and up. So we're going to simply make the side of the roof, which is made by placing ever shortening rows of magenta terracotta until they eventually reach a point, which is going to be different from the opposite side of the house. As you might be able to see, it's slightly staggered. So this is the right side of the house. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And now I want to, the right side of the house as you're looking from the front, or the left side of the house as you look from the back perspective. So on the back of the house, we are going to start off with placing I'm talking slowly so I can figure this out. We're going to start from the bottom, and we're going to extend a row of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 magenta terracotta to the right. 2 rows of light blue glass pane on top of the last 2 blocks to make a little square window. On top of this glass, we want to place 1, 2, 3 terracotta, and then a row of 2 light blue glass going right, and then stack another row of glass on top of this. And to the right of this window, we want a row of 5 magenta terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 rows of glass, 1, 2, and another row on top, like this, and then take the bottom right hand corner of the glass and place a row of 1, 2 magenta terracotta, and then 2 light blue glass, so that would be 1, and then that would be 2, and then extend to the right by 2, 1, 2, then add an extra row on top, just like this. Then we're going to fill the entire back of the house in. Well, not the entire back. We're going to fill this portion of the back of the house in using magenta terracotta, like this. Perfect. All in between the windows, the sides, all of that. All of this wants to be filled in using magenta terracotta. It doesn't really get too much more interesting in terms of like wall design and stuff. Like, there's not really much hanging off walls, and there's not really much pattern at all, like this. And then on the right side here, first of all, we should extend this little part of the build backwards by a couple of hanging off walls, and there's not really much pattern at all, like this. And then on the right side here, first of all, we should extend this little part of the build backwards by a couple of rows just using the magenta terracotta, just like that. And then there's another door here, and once again, we don't have the cyan concrete, so we'll take the bottom here, we'll place magenta terracotta. This is where a door's going to be, so I'm just going to place the door. And then a row of, well, I guess it's 3 magenta terracotta. We want to create a frame around the door using this. And this conveniently allows us a space, and this is very window shaped, and we're going to place 2 rows of 2 light blue glass. And then we're going to fill the above part of this in using magenta terracotta, just like so. And then on this side of the build here, we are going to add a couple more windows and a chimney. So first of all, let's place the chimney, because that's what I have marked out on my little plans here. So we're going to go to the right by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extend outwards. Extend to the right by 2. 1, 2. And then extend upwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to extend all of these rows up. And then these first 2 rows, we are going to extend upwards by a bit. By a bit, I mean like well above the house. So like this. This is the chimney. So I just want that marked out. The last bit, but 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to extend all of these rows up. And then these first 2 rows, we are going to and upwards by a bit. By a bit, I mean like well above the house. So like this. This is the chimney. So I just want that marked out. The left side of the chimney, we actually have some windows. So if we start in the left corner here, we're going to place a magenta terracotta, 2 light blue glass pane, add a row on top, like this. Add a row of magenta terracotta on top of the light blue glass pane. Add a row of light blue glass pane on top. Extend left and right by 1. And then add an entire row on top of this. So, I mean, hopefully a bit more elegantly than I just did there. Perfect. And then on the inside, here we go. So on the inside of this, we are going to place magenta terracotta, and we're just going to fill the entire wall in. As I said, apart from windows and, well, this chimney evidently, there's not too much detail built into the walls whatsoever, so it does make our job rather easy, if I do say so myself. So there we go. And if we have a look from the outside, most important part, here we go, because we're superficial, we care more about the outside, and I'm realising that this little window here should be 1 row higher. Okay, well, I'm going to knock out the bottom row of this window, add an extra row of magenta there, take out the top of the window, and then place light blue glass. And there we go, it's almost as if we never made a mistake. We never made a mistake. No, of course we wouldn't do that. So now that we have done that, we have to make the roof. So, this is where it is ever so slightly tricky. So, well, I guess it's not tricky, but okay. We want to place, let's see how this works. For the roof, this part, not that part, obviously we want to place rows of spruce wood stairs. But we want to place magenta terracotta first of all to kind of create a pyramid shape. Like this, but you see, this roof is actually rather a little bit weird, in that we've got to add an overhang. I'm pretty sure that we can just place this like little pyramid shape here, and it will be just fine. But if not, we will have to alter it. So, oh, how funny is that? How funny is it that we extended the chimney up to where the top of the actual side of the roof is? That's actually crazy. I can't believe that that's worked out that way. That's what an insane coincidence. Well, let's raise the chimney up just an additional couple of rows. That's actually crazy. I can't believe that that's worked out that way. That's what that we extended the chimney up to where the top of the actual side of the roof is. That's actually crazy. I can't believe that that's worked out that way. That's what an insane coincidence. Well, let's raise the chimney up just an additional couple of rows. You may have noticed that there was a very obvious cut there. So, the reason for this is because we were about to get the roof wrong. Actually, I was about to get the roof wrong, and then you were because of me. So, what we actually want to do is, once you've created that pyramid on the side of the house, we can augment that in a second. We want to take this row of spruce stairs that we have across the top of the back, across the back of the house, the top back of the house. That's a weird sentence to say. We want to extend the spruce stairs here, right? And then we are going to basically just create a little row of extend the spruce stairs here, right? And then we are going to basically just create a little row of magenta terracotta, just like this. right? Like this. And we're going to make the apex of this side of the roof a little bit higher. So, basically, now that we've got like this solid platform here, we have the set of stairs. The next set of stairs would go here, and then we are just going to alter the roof so that we just change the apex a little bit, because it kind of just throws things off. So here, perfect. So we've got a new height to the roof, and we will want to have the same thing over here as well. So you can just kind of like copy what you have on this side. So up height to the roof, and we will want to have the same thing over here as well. So you can just kind of like copy what you have on this side. So obviously, like, we need a solid wall for this part of the roof to connect onto. So this part of the house that comes out, like, you just place a row of magenta, and we have to create the same pyramid shape regardless, because again, we need something for the secondary part of the roof that's ever so slightly lower to connect onto. And it's very important that we get this right, because it will affect the overall look of the house. So, like, this part of the house does distinctively want to be higher than this, and they do connect together. So you can see how that's going to look a lot better. So let's just do the little mini roof. I'm going to do the outside higher than this, and they do connect together. So you can see how that's going to look a lot better. So let's just do the little mini roof. I'm going to do the outside of it first. I want to do all of the spruce stairs. I want to extend them out like this, and the slab at the top, and I want to just place upside down stairs underneath them all. You guys know why, it's because it looks better. And just like this. And I think that with that done, then we can just focus on the larger one, and we're about to get that. I like to use we because it takes responsibility away from me. But I think that with that done, then we can just focus on the larger one, and we're about to get that. I like to use we because it takes responsibility away from me. We, as a team, we're about to get that wrong. So, yeah, and it wouldn't look quite right, because the way that we had it before was like the roofs. There was only a little slight difference, but with this we get that contrast which we need to have, and it just looks so much better. And well, they're upside down, so like this.
Oh, that's good.
We want to have this, then spruce wood slabs across the top, and this will join to obviously some stairs, you know. So here, and that's the thing, like the back part of the roof is like you can extend like long rows across. That did not keep going. You can extend long rows across like this, but the front of the roof, you know, that's where the difference lies, really. Like, and that's, you know, that's the more important side, I would say. Obviously, the presenting side of the house. So here, like, that's what makes the front of the house a bit more interesting, is the fact that there's different levels of the roof. So why am I talking so much about roofs, honestly? So here we go. So that's the little mini roof done just on the back here, and then we want to do, we might as well do this part as well. And I want to, again, I don't know why I like doing the edge of the roof before. Let's swap that to here, and then we'll, is there a block? No, there we go, perfect. So it just kind of like blends. Before, let's swap that to here, and then we'll, is there a block? No, there we go, perfect. So it just kind of like blends in there. And let's get the edges done, because I find obviously that's the more difficult part, is the edge, and then you can just fill the middle in. There's not a little bit of detail on the roof as well. There's an antenna. There's the word right, or an aerial is. Antenna, an aerial. Maybe they're interchangeable, I think is the word that I'm using. I feel as though that I'm having a brain malfunction. Although Ariel is also washing powder and also the mermaid from the Little Mermaid. So maybe we'll go with antenna. So yeah, there's an antenna on the roof. We want to also, well, the chimney's actually probably at a decent height. We'll probably make it 2 rows higher than the roof, because of course, again, a little bit about contrast. So we'll make that just a tad little higher. I'm already breaking what I said that I wanted to do these sides of the roof first of all, and I'm already breaking that because I'm just doing these long sweeping rows across the roof, but I guess we can do the sides. This will be the front part finished, and it should look pretty good. I always find that the roofs, like once that's on, I don't know whether it's because I just build in that way and that it's the
Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back.
It just seems to put like a nice real finish on it, so probably because, as I said, that's the last thing that I want to build, when then it's like, oh, so the house is actually complete. Like, I guess I wouldn't feel the same. Like, it wouldn't feel like such a completion if we like started with the roof and the sides of the walls were all like empty and stuff. I guess just the way it builds, it just feels very satisfying. Is what I'm saying. Like when we get to this point, then we can take a look. There is stuff that we've got to do, but it's not really stuff to actually do with the actual physical house. We more so have to do things begins with just like decorating the outside a little bit. We're not going to do everything outside in the next part of the video. Here, I would recommend, by the way, knocking out these 2 rows of magenta. We placed those earlier as kind of just to show us where we had to place some magenta rows, but in actuality I would just place them upside down the stairs like this, and then magenta, hang on, it'll be easier from the inside, and then magenta on the inside here. Perfect, so there we go. That's looking pretty good. Nice. So it just looks a lot cleaner that way, instead of having all of those guiding rows. And we can extend, do we extend the chimney out? No, we just...
Hello, Siphonic Duck, welcome to live stream.
Just looks a lot cleaner that way, instead of having all of those guiding rows. And we can extend, do we extend the chimney out? No, we just leave it 2 rows, so just a couple of rows extending out to the top there. We've placed... which means that we can probably, let's just get rid of tripwire hooks first of all, grab some iron bars, and there is, as I keep saying, there's an antenna, we'll call it that. So this is actually placed, we want to leave a gap of 2 from the chimney, and then it's placed like on this sort of like top row but 1 below, and it's an iron bar, extend it up 1, like this, and then a row of iron bars like all the way around, so we want to turn it into this, and then have one stick out the top, and boom, perfect, you have your Ariel from The Little Mermaid, very similar. So now that we've done that, we should really work on, kind of like I said, the outside-ish part of the house. So I want to make the drive, that's going to... require smooth stone. I want to add some fence, so that's going to be spruce wood plank.
Hello, Soul MNO Spray Gamer. Welcome to live stream. Hopefully, I said your name correctly. If not, then I'm sorry. Can I join? I don't have PlayStation Plus. Sorry, you can't.
We'll also need the magenta terracotta for this. I want to make the post box or the mailbox, whatever. So that's oak fence, shulker box, item frame, crimson fence. Oddly enough. And then we'll make the car and stuff. But the first 2 rows of the Simpsons house are going to be smooth stone. So when I say the first 2 rows, I mean the first 2 horizontal rows of the actual house. So these are just going to be 2 rows of smooth stone. It's just a sidewalk, a pavement.
I did 3 rows. Whoops.
It should blend into your city or whatever, and it will just into your suburbs more so. Like this is a suburban house. We also want to have a row of, it's quite a thick row of smooth stone that leads from the pavement into the garage. So, well, not into, actually, yeah, into the garage is actually quite accurate because the floor of the garage is smooth stone. So, all this here, all this destroys. Replacing using smooth stone. It's not, like, this is the only part of, like, adding all of this smooth stone is the only part of, like, mass terraforming that I'm going to do in this tutorial. When we eventually get to the lime terracotta, I don't think I'm going to include that, but just because this requires a little bit more finesse than the lime terracotta placing that we'll be doing later, that we don't. By the way, we'll just leave this in. So now that we have like a pavement and we have a driveway, we also have to, we're missing that material actually, we also need to have a path that leads from the front of the house, or the path from the front of the house to the garage. So it's row 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the front door. 3 rows fixed. By the way, if you accidentally trunk out some grass, it doesn't matter. So row 5, and the last 2 rows want to extend and connect to the driveway, and then we want to take the middle block here in the row 3, and we want to shift this over as well. So all of this can be filled in using extend and connect to the driveway. And then we want to take the middle block here in the row 3 and we want to shift this over as well. So all of this can be filled in using smooth stone, and it just kind of creates just a little bed path just to the right. So the post box, mailbox, whatever. Not many people have these in Britain.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm just eating a snack. I'm eating some Cheetos.
Just throw things through the door. There's not like an external mailbox. So we're going to, from the corner of the drive here, this corner area, move inwards diagonally, oak fence, shulker box on top. Oh, I crouched for that. And then item frame to the side and a crimson fence in it, and you can flick that up or down. That's that little flag thing that you often see on, like, in my head in like cartoon mailboxes. I'm also thinking that a red banner would actually work well for this, so it sort of depends. Will it? Well, okay. Will it actually work well for this? So it sort of depends. Will it? Well, okay. Well, let's just start over. So an item frame, yeah, that might work a little bit better. And then, like, isn't it supposed to like be up if there's actual mail in it, and it's like down if there's no mail? So I guess that you can have it either way. You could even physically place the fence on the side, but you know, whatever. So there we go, perfect. So we have to create some boundaries as well. On the left side of the grid that we still have, I'm going to place a row of spruce extending all the way across the side and then all the way across the back. So we're actually going to leave a gap of 1 here, and we're going to place a row of terracotta. So you guys can see the actual, like, here we go. So you guys can see the fence line.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I just had to get some tissue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48.
So we're actually going to leave a gap of 1 here, and we're going to place a row of terracotta. So you guys can see the actual, like, here we go. So you guys can see the fence line, and we're just going to add an extra row of terracotta and planks on top of each one of these. So there's a physical wall and there's a wooden fence that kind of combine together here, which is why it's 2 total. So, and they're about the same height from what I can tell as well. So we can just leave it as is. And then when it comes to the front of the house, we are missing but 2 things. Well, other than the grass, obviously. But we need leaves, that's 1. And we need a car. Yeah, we're going to be making the car. So, pink wall, pink carpet. Black concrete, item frames, buttons. Tripwire hook. We need glass pane. And we need a few more things, but we'll grab them in a bit. A little bit of leaves, left and right of the door, and also just on the corner of the house. Pretty much sums up like the leaf pattern.
Move out the way.
Left and right of the door, and also just on the corner of the house. Pretty much sums up like the leaf pattern. As a matter of fact, I believe that there's like that leaf is shifted to the side, but again, we're going for a little bit of accuracy with this. So that's about what the leaves look like. They might also be under the windows as well, but you guys are basically the windows. So there we go. Next, the car. Pick a spot on the driveway, it doesn't really matter. I mean, closer to the garage door would probably make more sense. And about in the middle, I might offset it. I might start here, where the actual middle of the drive is. So maybe here, about here. Middle of the path, just where the middle of the drive is. So actually, that is actually perfectly dead center with the path and the garage door. So pink wall, extend to the right by 2. Place black concrete behind the left and right blocks, pink wall in between. 2 rows of pink behind the wheels, like this. Black concrete on the left and right, pink wall in between. Pink wall behind, perfect. So, we're going to place a pink carpet on the front 2 rows of the car and across the back of the car. We're going to place pink wall on top of the wheels at the back, glass pane in between. We're going to place a pink carpet on the front 2 rows of the car and across the back of the car. We're going to place pink wool on top of the wheels at the back, glass pane in between, and then glass pane extending forwards from these two pink walls, and they want to just join together. Pink wall in the center, and then we want to basically just place pink wall on top of all of the glass, and again on top of the center block, just to create kind of like, you know, the roof. So we want to use stone buttons or black buttons, but I actually like stone better rather than black stone on the sides of the wheels. Trip wire hooks where the doors would open, so I actually like stone better rather than black stone on the sides of the wheels. Trip wire hooks where the doors would open, and one in the center of the back of the car for the boots. Item frames on the front two corners, on basically the front and back corners of the car, place item frames. Then we want to grab ladders, red concrete, block of iron. Red concrete where we have the item frames, block of iron for the back item frames, and then block of iron for the front item frames. Ladder in the front, boom, there you have the Simpson mobile. Concrete where we have the item frames, block of iron for the back item frames, and then block of iron for the front item frames. Ladder in the front, boom, there you have the Simpson mobile. So, what I wanted to do with this, by the way, is I wanted to have iron bars, and I wanted to make the antenna. However, I'm almost 100% certain that the antenna here is like, the antenna would have to be here, and the antenna's made out of iron bars. It grips onto the glass, and it also reveals the top of the wheel, so it's kind of a no-go. If you wanted to change it to here, then you absolutely could. Like, then you'd have the antenna. But also another issue is, like, for the antenna of the car, it's bulbous on top. So something that actually, like, this is the perfect shape, like the lightning rod. Like, that's what the antenna would look like. But it's not the same colour, so it doesn't look quite right. So the antenna would kind of like make it perfect if you had a lightning rod that was the same colour. But we kind of have to go without. But anyway, that's Homer Simpson's car, just about. So there we go. Like, that's pretty much the front of the house, right? I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not too much more to it. So we have to now come to the back of the house, and we are going to do what we can with the materials that we have, but we will have to have a little material swap in a little bit. So what do we want to do first of all? First of all, we have to, there's a little patio out back, so that's orange terracotta, and we need furnaces. After that, we're going to be making the sand pit, that's crimson slabs. We're going to be setting up the swing set, which is red concrete, and then I think that's... kind of like where things end for these core materials, pretty much. So, outside of the back door, in the width of this kind of like little concave part of the house, concave is the wrong word I think, but whatever, we want to have 4 rows of orange terracotta that extend outwards that are the same width of this little, you know, addition to the house, is what I'm trying to say. So we want to have orange terracotta in there. Looks pretty good. There's a barbecue, that's just going to be a very simple. So we then want to mark out. Oh, there's also. I'll tell you what. We can add some leaves though. There is some leaf pattern, and we can use the grey shulker boxes as well. So if we start all the way over here on the left, with is an oak leaf extending out the back corner of the house. a couple of shulker boxes, and then a load of leaves. Like the leaves pretty much come all the way to the middle of the kitchen window. This is where the kitchen is. And then we extend these last two blocks out, and there you go. I mean, that's pretty much the hedge pattern for the back of the house. So, when it comes to the sand pits, we want to take this corner of the house here, and we want to find the sixth block extending out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, crimson slab. Extend forwards, you take this corner of the house here, and we want to find the sixth block extending out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, crimson slab. Extend forwards, 1, 2, 3. Extend left, 1, 2, 3. Extend in, to the right, boom, we've got a little pit. Grab the red concrete. From the left corner here, we want to extend 1, 2. And then left, 1, 2, 3. Red concrete. Extend it by 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to extend left by 6. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3, 4, 5, 6. And then down to the ground. We can actually use iron bars as well. And we're going to place a couple of rows of iron bars extending from the kind of like inwardly placed. So like where we have the middle of the swing set, left and right of that basically is the entire deal there. There's really not too much more that we can do with our current materials. The only things that we could probably use are like item frames, but we'll just have to re-grab those. There's actually not much left. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to clear my inventory. I'm going to refine what we need, and I'll be back in just a moment once I've got all of that figured out. Back in a moment. Okay, I think I've figured it out. So, we need sand, warp trap. Doors, light blue concrete, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slabs, oak wood, oak sides and spruce wood slabs. So, first of all, with the sand, it's in the sand pit. Can you imagine that that's what we're going to be putting in the sand pit, is sand? So, we're going to dig this out, place some sand. The warped trapdoors are a little harder to figure out, but basically they are for the seat of the swing set, because it's just a colour match. I mean, you could use any trapdoor, but it's just a colour match, and I mean, it looks a little bit weird, but hey, that's what the seat looks like. What do you want me to say? So, we have to also make a doghouse. If you come to the far end of the swing set, which is the last part that we made, who's to say what the far end is, but it's this side here, and we want to extend outwards by, one moment. Okay, so we want to extend outwards, and we want to find the sixth block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we want to count right 1, place 3 light blue concrete, 1, 2, 3, gap of sixth block, 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6, and then we want to count right 1, place 3 light blue concrete, 1, 2, 3, gap of 1, another row of 3 parallel, connect the back together, add an extra block on the back, place smooth quartz stairs on the left and right sides of this, smooth quartz slab on top, extend across, and there you have a very simple doghouse. You can even add an extra row of slabs underneath if you like, but that's basically for our old pal Santa's little helper, who should rarely be in there, but you know that I've got to spoil him in there in the name tag, and you guys know I don't want to do that. So what we then have to do is we have to make the tree house, which is again relatively simple. It can go, by the way, you can just kind of oh, I want it to go here, right in the middle of it. You can do that if you like, but the way that I've placed it is, once again, coming back to the swing set, this this is our compass for the entire build. We want to extend out from this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then inwards 1, 2, 3. Place yourself an oak wood, extend left, add an extra row back. I'm going to shift that an extra row back as well, so it's going to be here basically. And the oak woods that we've placed want to be, how many rows high? 5 rows high in total, so this would already be 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4, 5.
4, 5, and we can just do this with every single one here. We want a row of ladders on the left side of the treehouse, with oak signs to the right of the ladders, like this. Perfect. As a matter of fact, we've done the poo-poo, so knock out the top row of ladders and the signs, and we want to place a row of spruce slabs all the way around the top of this, and then add an extra row all the way around the top of it again. So, of spruce slabs all the way around the top of this, and then add an extra row all the way around the top of it again. So we want to have something which should look like this. We want to be able to get into the tree house, so we're just going to have to like knock out a block here, and that's perfect. The treehouse has... Okay, so we actually need to just swap things out for the treehouse a little bit. So, for the treehouse, we'll need the spruce planks, oak leaves, cyan banners. And we'll just leave it at that for now. But there is like I guess it's supposed to be a door, but like I don't see how it's functional. But there's like a big giant door on the front of the treehouse, which we're going to mark out with 2 cyan banners. It's kind of like 2 tattered drapes or towels or something. But anyway, that's what it is. There is also a window on the side of the treehouse. It's literally like the middle side of the treehouse here. Like if we place 2 spruce planks here, and then build up left and right of these by 2 rows, just like this, which is as high as the treehouse is. This is where there is a window. Across the back of the treehouse, we want to add 2 additional rows of spruce planks, and also across this side as well. We want to build up left and right of the cyan banners like this, and boom, there we have it. Okay, so it's up to you. Like, if we want to, we can also add like a top to the treehouse, so we can add a roof, or you can just have it be leaves. But I guess it's probably better that we make a shell for the treehouse like this. And then this is where things get like not so tutorial-y, meaning we kind of just want to add leaves to the treehouse, right? I mean, it's not... I mean, if you want to start off with something a bit more formal, like cover the entire... if you want, cover the entire treehouse with leaves. But there's also not leaves in some places, so like where we have this window here, like we want to like extend this out. We want to add like an extra row of leaves to the top of this, a couple of rows here maybe. Like we just want to add leaves to the treehouse. Basically, okay, to say this in hopefully an understandable way, it wants to look natural. It wants to look normal. We don't want to have like, it wants to look like a regular old tree. So we want to place leaves in such a... There's also not leaves in some places, so like above where we have this window here, like we want to like extend one. Cover the entire treehouse with leaves. But there's also not leaves in some places, so like above where we have... window here, like we want to like extend this out. We want to add like an extra row of leaves to the top of this, a couple of rows here maybe. Like we just want to add leaves to the treehouse. Extend this out. we want to add like an extra row of leaves to the top of this. A couple of rows here maybe. Like, we just want to add leaves to the treehouse. Basically, okay. To say this in hopefully an understandable way, it wants to look natural. It wants to look normal. We don't want to have like, it wants to look like a old tree. So we want to place leaves in such a way, understandable way. It wants to look natural. It wants to look normal. We don't want to have like, it wants to look like a regular old tree. So we want to place leaves in such a way that one might expect to see them on a tree. And that's exactly what we're going for. So, however one wants to accomplish that, one being you want in such a way that one might expect to see them on a tree. And that's exactly what we're going for. So, however one wants to accomplish that, one being in such a way that one might expect to see them on a tree. And that's exactly what we're going for. So, however one wants to accomplish that, one being you want to do this, it just wants to look natural. That's all I'm going to say. There's not really anything else to say. You want to do this, it just wants to look natural. That's all I'm going to say. There's not really anything else to say about it. I don't know why I'm trying to explain. I don't know why I'm still talking now. I guess it's kind of because I've got to, otherwise it will just be silence. But you guys get the idea. This might look fine. I mean, that looks good enough. If we want, we can extend this out a little bit to create a little bit of contrast. What I mean by contrast, you'll see in a second. So, if we want, we can extend this out a little bit to create a little bit of contrast. What I mean by contrast, you'll see in a second. So there, something like this, because if we want, we can extend this out a little bit to create a little bit of contrast. What I mean by contrast, you'll see in a second. So there, something like this, because then you can see that that side's a little bit thicker, that side, I don't know, it just seems to look a little bit better. We can have this hook underneath the window if we want. Maybe we could even have a little bit more plumage out of the back. It's a bird. So we just want to have something, something like, if we want, maybe we could even have a little bit more plumage out of the back. It's a bird. So we just want to have something, something like that. That looks a little bit better, but you can keep going and going and going and going. Going and going and going and going and going. I was just, it's a bird. So we just want to have something, something like that. That looks a little bit better, but you can keep going and going and going and going. Going and going and going and going and going. I was just stalling for time to figure out how to do the inside of the treehouse, but you can keep going as much as you want until you're happy with the leaves. Let's go inside the treehouse now. So, on the inside of the treehouse, we need spruce wood stairs. We need flower pots, lantern, paintings. chest. We'll also need torches. We'll also, did we already place the, oh no we didn't, we need a spade as well, golden shovel and lime terracotta. Oh look at that, that is perfect, we have just enough inventory slots. So, inside of Bart's treehouse there isn't much. We need a spade as well, golden shovel and lime terracotta. Oh look at that, that is perfect, we have just enough inventory. We'll also need torches. We'll also, did we already place the, oh no we didn't, we need a spade as well, golden shovel and lime terracotta. Oh look at that, that is perfect, we have just enough inventory slots. So, inside of Bart's treehouse there isn't much, but there's a little table, so that's going to be in the back right hand corner. It's going to be made by two back-to-back down spruce wood stairs. Flower pot to the side of the table. Painting on just above the table because there's loads of posters and stuff, so we'll have more posters. I kind of want the creepy bar in the sea, is what I call it. So not that one, sort of, but not quite. Hang on. There we go. That's perfect. I didn't expect to get that. So throw a lantern in here, a couple of chests. We need a seat in here as well. It can be right up against the table, or you can leave a little. Expect to get that. So throw a lantern in here, a couple of chests. We need a seat in here as well. It can be right up against the table, or you can leave a little gap, and that's all there is to it. Like if you wanted to get a little bit more, you know, a little bit more meta, then we could place some comic books. Where are books? There we go. That's a quill. Certainly wouldn't be writing. So here we go. If you wanted, you can put some like comic books and stuff, and like whatever other little Easter eggs one might think of as you were doing this. You know, feel free to add them. But that's pretty much the treehouse. There's not too much to it, genuinely. So there we go. So what else have we got to do after this? As I mentioned, I've got the like item frame and a shovel just to kind of further illustrate that this is a sand pit. We've also got to just three things. There is a torch. This is an outside light. This is above the like space between the window and the door here. That's meant to be an outside light. That's all there is to it. If you wanted to, you could use like there's nothing to hang a lantern off, unfortunately, but you could like do this if you wanted to. I mean, that might look a little bit better. Up to you how you think. We need a tree. There is a tree in here. So this can be custom made using oak wood and oak leaves, but I'm lazy. And this is going to backfire, I can tell this already, by the way. Like, this is going to be the world's biggest tree. But we're looking for a small tree somewhere in the vicinity of this back corner of the yard. Like, this is going to be the world's biggest tree. But we're looking for a small tree somewhere in oak leaves, but I'm lazy. And this is going to backfire, I can tell this already, by the way. Like, this is going to be the world's biggest tree. But we're looking for a small tree somewhere in the vicinity of this back corner of the yard. Doesn't matter. I mean, okay, that's not too bad. Okay, that's about the size. I would have liked it a bit smaller, but that's about the size of the tree. That's not too bad. Now, what do we do from here? Simple. Only one thing to do with the outside. We've got to rip up all the grass and replace it with terracotta. Now, is this necessary? You're probably wondering to yourself. No, this is not. You don't have to at all. Because I mean, it's grass. Grass is grass is grass. I believe that somebody said that once. Anyway, so if you want, rip up the grass and replace it with lime terracotta. You might ask me, does it look better? Yes. Is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe. I think it looks better. It does take a lot of time though. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to rip up all of this grass and replace it with lime terracotta. It's not going to be fun. And I'll be back once that's done. And we will actually have completed the first part of this 2-part tutorial once that's been completed.
Oh, no. Stupid. Mr. Cow, get out of the Simpsons house, or else Homer is gonna eat ya like a burger. Donuts. Hey. Alright, Homer, I got your meat. You can cook that tonight for the kids. You can make burgers for the kids. Lisa, and, you know, Maggie. Lisa, Bart, and Maggie. I've watched The Simpsons before, and I know the characters. Moe, Marge, Homer, Simpsons family. I don't really watch The Simpsons, but I know the house. It's actually a nice looking house. It's a nice treehouse that Bart has. Who here has noticed that Mr. Mackey's voice from South Park in the brand new South Park episode has changed? Like, his voice was just normal Trey Parker's voice. But now, Mr. Mackey's voice has changed in the South Park thingy. New South Park episode. That was a little bit of spoilers, but... Anyway, so... Have I dug out everything? No, I've got this little area to dig out. Here as well. My hands are so cheesy because I've been eating Cheetos. Maybe I should throw away my rubbish. Put it in the bin. Oh, this is going to take a little while, but it's worth it. I might or might not make an interior for the Simpsons house because I have pretty busy today because I have a lot to do. I gotta like do stuff. I gotta like, you know, I'm pretty busy, so I might or might not make an interior. Oh, silly! I just destroyed that. Oh, there we go. Oh, I just destroyed the line terracotta. Why am I so stupid? I do not know. Like, the magenta terracotta on here is purple, okay? That's purple. That is purple. The Simpsons... Okay. Clarity? The texture pack I bought? Look. That's purple. That is purple. That is purple. You cannot tell me that's not magenta because it's not, because it's purple. It actually looks like purple. Even though it's called magenta terracotta. And this is lime. Oh my.
Back in a moment. Okay guys, so here's the thing. This is a little bit embarrassing. For this entire video, all the way up until this point, I thought that was going to make a part 2 to this video, where we just did the entire inside, and it was just going to be 2 separate videos. That's not the case anymore. I put a poll out on the channel. It turns out that you guys would prefer just one really long video, or at least that's what you guys said. Well, I guess we'll find out. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to move on to the inside of the house.
I might build the interior in a little while because I have a lot to do. I'm a little bit busy because I use the word might. I might or might not make an interior for the Simpsons house because, you know, why do I keep repeating myself? I'm a little bit busy. I'm busy because I've got a lot to do. And once I've ended this live stream, I'm gonna go in the living room and chill on the sofa and wait until my dinner's ready. Because my dinner's just cooking now because I could smell it. Yep, I can smell it from my room. I also got a little bit of a headache, so I need to chill out on the sofa, just have a little rest. And I need to have a little break because I'm a little bit tired from school today, so I'm a little bit tired from school. So make I'm gonna do a shout out to Red Killer Worth Gaming, aka my friend. You may have heard him in my other videos of me playing Fortnite with him. He's got a brand new channel. Subscribe to Red Killer Worth Gaming. It's a picture of Iron Man from the Avengers. Hopefully I said that correctly. Yes, Iron Man from the Avengers. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to him. Get him to 100 subscribers, because I think I just subscribed to him and he only has one subscriber, aka me, and he posted 3 videos today, or 3 live streams in the UK, because the time zone is different in the UK, and the time zone here in Australia, it's a little different, because if you live in like New South Wales, the time might be, for an example, right now in Queensland, it's 5:06 p.m. so in New South Wales, I think the time might be 6:06 p.m. So yeah. Alright, I got the fake grass in. Doesn't look too bad. Let me get rid of all of this. Okay, anyway. So now I'm gonna make the road and then end the video, because got a little bit of a headache, and then I'm gonna go chill out on the sofa, play a game on my iPad or something, and other stuff. So guys, make sure you like and subscribe if you watch Simpsons, because this house looks awesome, because I really like it. It's pretty nice. It's actually from the show. Leave a comment down below, what is your favourite Simpsons episode, because I don't really watch The Simpsons, but my dad watches it. Well, he used to. Well, I think he watches The Simpsons. Yes, he does. My dad actually watches The Simpsons because it's really funny. My favourite characters Bart and Homer, because they're so funny. I like it when he says donuts, because he loves donuts. I don't know why. I think Homer just has a sugar addiction. Alright guys, so I finished the road. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here. Wait, is that a doormat? Okay, before I end the video, I'm gonna add a quick little doormat. Wait, I know. Homer, Maggie, and no. Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, Maggie. Hello Simpsons, we are granted for you today at the Simpsons house that I recently just built. With no interior, but the Simpsons could design them, their interior from the show. Anyway, so the Simpsons family, ready for me to put your doormat to officially give you this house? Yes, Bart? Where's my tree house? It's in the backyard. Any more questions? No? Okay. Here we go. There you go, the Simpsons. Now you own this house. Congratulations. Now they're inside the house. So guys, I'm going to end the video here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment on this video what's your favourite Simpsons episode. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next episode. So, see you guys.